The views expressed on the Geeks Dressed as Gamers do not necessarily reflect those of the individuals on the show. Viewer discretion is advised.
What's up, everyone? Have any questions for the guys? Call 412-567-6888. Live from Mixlr and Facebook, it's the Geeks Dressed as Gamers starring Chuck, Ted, and Bobby. Now loading the Geeks Dressed as Gamers.
So why do you still have Ted on there?
I don't know. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Geeks Dressed as Gamers, Chapter 7. I'm Bobby, and I'm here with Chuck, as always. The two people who make it. Mostly Chuck, actually.
Let's put the
Ted,
two people in quotes there.
I don't understand what Ted... Is Ted ever going to come? Or
I don't know. Probably not. He's, I don't know. He's Ted.
Is he allowed to watch it, or...?
Maybe.
Think?
Maybe.
I don't see him live on here yet, so hopefully it'll pop up.
He can't even watch. Oh, I'm sick today.
Oh, I forgot to put the AMD thing on there. Oh, that's right. We could just talk about it anyways.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
We got a show coming. It's going to be controversial. We may or may not get certain topics. I don't know. What do you think?
You mean a show coming today, or are you talking about the last one we recorded where I swore a lot?
That one, yeah. Oh, we should talk about that. Eventually, we're going to release. I can't tell you exactly when because I have to finish editing it. My computer crashed at home.
It'll probably be done in a couple days. We'll probably have it up by the weekend. That's what I was told.
No, I left for the weekend. How could that have been?
Your exact words were, "I'll probably have it up by Sunday."
Saturday.
But you told me Sunday first.
I left Sunday morning.
I don't care. You said you were going to have it up by Sunday. You said you were going to work on it when you got home, and then on Saturday, and then none of that happened. None of that happened.
Well, okay, so basically we played that game, what was it called? Shoot Pigs. Shoot Cows.
It's Shoot Cows. I like how it's your game and you don't even know it.
Well, I just got it.
Okay.
I don't constantly
it's not my game, and I played it the one time with you, and I know probably more about it than you do. Hence all the swearing.
We both know the same amount at this point.
It's a shock ending, by the way, everybody.
It's a very shock ending. It's a shocker of an ending.
It's first a shock ending because on the last turn we figured out how to actually play the game. Yeah, that happened. We were playing it wrong the entire time.
Yeah. It was still fun.
The rules weren't clear.
The rules are definitely not clear. The guys
well, they are whenever you play it.
The creator of the game...
They become clear. At the beginning, you're just like, this doesn't make sense.
Dude, I went to Steel City Con, and the guy that was there was like, oh, yeah, this game is totally easy. He's like, it's like super easy to learn. You know, it's real, like, you just figure it out. Dude, that was like one of the hardest games I've ever had to learn. I mean, it is pretty freaking difficult for a card game.
People got confused whenever I had Exploding Kittens, and I was trying to explain the rules to them, and they were easy to understand. I couldn't even think about how to explain this to my cousin Jess. She'd probably just like, I don't want to play it anymore. It's too complicated.
It is incredibly complicated.
Let's play nerds.
But it is awesome, and I can't wait for everybody to see it. At least a very cut up version of it that eventually I'm going to release a best of with Chuck just bitching and complaining.
I'm not bitching.
I'm
expressing my...
I had to cut this video up. Basically, Chuck is like, at least for 2 to 3 minutes at a time, you would just see him sitting there reading the book going, who would even think of this?
I don't think I said that. I think I said, this doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, you said it doesn't make any sense millions of times as well. I mean, there's a whole plethora of different things, but I'm just going to put it all together. I'm going to get a nice edit, and it's going to be hilarious.
It'll be funny. I'll watch it.
I don't think you will.
I'll make it the most popular video on all of our channels by myself.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know. That one of me in the bathroom was pretty popular.
Was it? Is that our most popular video? Everything else is too long? Except for you in the bathroom putting makeup on?
Everybody loves that video.
I like how you haven't done that since.
I don't need it anymore.
You and your shiny forehead.
I became so good looking that I don't even need it.
Yeah, sure. Look at all that glare coming out of your eye. I don't know why you're getting closer to the screen as opposed to the camera.
No, I was trying to get closer to the camera.
But you're looking at the screen the whole time.
Well, because I can't help but look at the screen. We're on the screen. We have a laptop. You guys can't see it, but like right here, there is a laptop. Now, you know.
See, there it is. Oh,
dude, you ruined the magic.
We ruined the illusion.
Why would you do that?
Because I don't know. I can't believe that nobody would suspect that there's a computer involved in any of this.
We could have just Nikon cameras and special technology. Like, what if we had those little those Raspberry Pis? We just have Raspberry Pis everywhere.
I don't even know what that is.
You know what a Raspberry Pi is?
No.
The Raspberry Pi is like a little USB stick, but it's like an entire computer.
Okay, so it's a USB stick. What does it plug into?
Nothing. It's like a USB stick. It's like the size of a USB stick. Okay.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. It's like the size of my thumb, or longer. It's like the size of my finger. But anyway,
I like how you did your. Oh, it's the size of my finger, and it was off screen.
No,
that was pretty cool. You have a mouse by your hand. You
I
don't
do
need
have a
to
mouse.
do the touchpad.
Every once in a while, I forget. We got a comment. It says, "Get notified when Geeks Dresses Gamers is live." Okay, thank you, Facebook. Appreciate.
You should sign up for that. Sign up for that.
You should sign up for that. What the heck's wrong with you people?
You're talking to us. We're the only ones watching right now.
No,
Apparently,
there's one person watching, and
that's you.
I don't think it's me. I don't think.
Well,
it
that's
records
true
us.
because it's not playing yet.
Oh yeah, it's not even. Oh shit! Hopefully it still shows the comments.
Well, I mean, it probably will, but you didn't hit the play button, so.
Why would I want to do that? I don't really.
I don't know.
I don't want to use up your valuable bandwidth. That we
I have
need.
unlimited bandwidth now, and it's really fast internet.
Oh shit! There is people talking.
Look at
so
that.
apparently you have to hit play to be able to see comments.
Look at that. We're
sorry,
idiots.
Sorry, Luke, we didn't see you, but he said he just got off a 16-hour shift.
Nice. Does that mean he's going to watch it or he's not going?
He said, "Let's go." I assume that means he's gonna watch it. I think that means let's get a move on because he wants to go to sleep.
If he just got off his shift, that means our viewership is way down. Because doesn't he usually watch this on shift with his buddies?
Oh yeah.
Way to go, Luke. You're not our community manager anymore.
Nick might join eventually. You never know.
Is that what he said, or is that what you're saying?
Who? Nick?
Yeah.
No, I'm
You're
making
saying that?
I'm making assumptions.
Nice. It seems like we got a lot more than Luke
Making
talking
an
on
ass
there.
out of you and me. What are you talking about?
I don't
No,
know.
that's
I
all
see like
Facebook's.
6 things.
Yeah, that's Facebook saying, "Say something so Geeks Dresses Gamers knows you're here." Oh, that's good.
Hey, look at that.
All right. Well, as usual.
Oh,
Hey, we're
look, it's back. It'll disappear again in a minute.
Why? Why? Come on, man. I'm just gonna say we're here.
You have a crappy camera.
Dude, it says.
Do you need me to buy everything? Is that what's going to need to happen?
I think it's. Here, I'm putting we're here. Whatever. There.
Good. Now that Luke knows we're here because he's not watching.
Well, it said to say that. I don't know. All right, so are we gonna talk about? I think the controversial topics that we're gonna talk about is probably just a riser chip.
Okay. I don't know anything
Ryzer
about it other than it's made
crap.
by AMD, and you were like, I don't know anything about it.
Okay,
Talk about it.
That's a good
Talk.
thing to
Go.
do.
I'll answer.
I don't really. Okay, so
You don't know anything about it either. Hey, AMD's making a new processor. Everybody, imagine that it happened.
Well, after looking at
Watch out! In 6
Anantech
months,
and,
in 6 months, Intel's going to make a new one too. Shh,
it was like
don't tell
Anantech, and
anybody.
who in the heck was the other? Who's the other major one? Oh, Tom's Hardware. They both did reviews on it, and it looks like the chip itself is actually pretty damn good.
Is Tom's Hardware like a good site to go to for reviews? Is that like a trusted site?
Yeah,
I
for
figured
hardware.
that was like
No.
random people just bullshitting and form
No,
like
dude, Tom's
environment.
Hardware has like
All right,
legit.
that's fine.
reviews.
I never knew that. Every time I look for being an IT professional.
Anantech is usually one I use, but
Being an IT professional, when I go to fix a problem, I go to Google and type in the problem, and then Tom's Hardware pops up, and I'm like, well, these guys are probably jackals. There goes the camera again.
I wonder if it's the bumping of the table.
How does that make any sense?
It makes sense.
It doesn't. That wire is not touching the table at all at the connection point, which is where
Well,
that would happen.
Okay, here's the thing. Worst case scenario, it just turns off for a second, so that
It's an audio podcast, everybody.
that doesn't. Well, I can see us for the most part. So, anyways, and like going over the reviews and stuff, it looks like it is actually doing incredibly well, except for if you have a 1080p monitor. If you have like the default monitor, it looks like it's not doing as well as say an Intel processor.
So if you have the general
of its-
output device that most people have, it doesn't work well. That doesn't sound like
for
it's that
gaming,
great.
only for gaming. So now, if you
See, I
use
still
it-
don't see how that makes sense.
It's because it's octa-core versus like Intel's like 6. Intel's got higher clocked cores, whereas AMD has lower clock, but they have more cores. So
Okay.
basically, for video editing and stuff, it's fantastic. It's doing fantastic with video editing. It's also doing fantastic apparently, and this I don't totally understand why, but a coworker of ours was kind of explaining this to me that if you run a resolution higher than 1080. Like if you run a 4K, for some reason, it was actually doing really well at, in comparison to Intel, it was doing really well at running at high resolutions. So if you're running 4K, or in my case, I run 30 through 40 by 1440. So
You know what's funny though?
no, don't.
I'm not laughing about that. I just noticed something.
What's
Did you
that?
notice the color temperature on the camera keeps going from warm to cool?
No. You serious?
Yeah.
I don't notice that. What the freaking hell is wrong with this? It literally just like started giving me this problem. Like,
Don't worry, I'll
started disconnecting.
I'll buy a new camera. That way, I bought a new laptop, so now we're using that. I'll buy a new camera.
we got that other
We can
camera
replace that.
that's over here too.
Yeah, but that's
yours.
yours, so it'll probably break too.
I think it's because I've been letting that thing travel around in this duffel bag. Personally, that's what I think. But anyway, so
Oh, it went cool again.
a lot of
Now it's
people, I guess, people fanboy about Intel and AMD. I really don't give a crap. Whichever one ends up performing well, I guess is cool to me. I mean, I guess I trust Intel a little bit more, only because I've
Have
owned
you
it.
ever used AMD?
I have, but I mean,
I've used both. I have no problem either way.
I no,
not
neither.
seen,
I had an
other than my hardware being
never had an
old,
issue.
I've never had an issue with either of them.
Yeah, I know you were telling me that.
This is the difference that I've seen. Intel's more expensive, but it seems like that when the game companies make games, they use Intel, so it's optimized more for Intel. But AMD's I've never had a problem with AMD.
It typically seems like that for video cards as well. But now, hopefully, now that they're showing up really well with this new
warm again?
processor,
No, it's cool.
That's fine.
Now it's warm.
it's fine. Now that they're doing that, hopefully it will. They'll start supporting it more in games. Because I'd like to see, like I said, I definitely like to see more competition. I think that'll drive down prices. Hopefully, I know you're of the guys that there'll just always be a high end and a low end. But I am really hoping. I mean, if you already look at it, Intel's or not Intel, Nvidia has already dropped the price of some of their graphics cards.
They have, but they're also coming out with a new line, so that was just
It's just the. What are you talking about? Just the 1080.
1080 Ti, which
it's not a
means,
line.
I
The
mean,
10
technically
series,
it is.
The 10 series.
Okay,
is
the 10
line.
series line. They're coming out with a new the new high end to the
Yeah.
line, so nobody's going to buy it if the 1080 is still like $800 and then the 1080 Ti is $900. Nobody's going to buy the T80 anymore. They won't make any money. They'll just sit there. So they got to drop them.
The 1080, I think, is still going to be roughly around the same price, though. What I heard was it's the 1070 and the 1060 are going to be the real big price drops. But that's because, from what I read, was AMD has made video cards spec'd so closely to them at such a lower price that it's really driving down the cost of the low end of video cards. So, I don't know. We'll see.
Do you know why AMD stuff's usually cheaper?
They pay their people less?
No, they actually it's actually because of their they have a more diverse product launch that goes into more specific stuff, especially CPU wise, that they can afford to sell their PC CPUs and GPUs at a lower price point.
Oh, really?
And not make as much profit because they have their industrial, like AMD, like the AMUs, and then they have a full line of CPUs specifically for industrial machines. That's where they make most of their money.
AMD?
Mm-hmm. That's their big. That's actually
I
their
did not know
biggest
that.
market. Yeah,
Oh, that's kind of cool.
it's like John Deere. What do you think John Deere? What do you think they make the most money off of?
I don't know, they're tractors?
Nope,
What is it?
construction equipment.
Oh, I guess that makes sense.
That's
yeah.
where their money is made from.
They're close.
Yeah, they're close, but no, they don't. They're like agricultural equipment. That's not their market. Their market is construction equipment.
Coming back? Yeah, there we go.
See,
Back.
look, it's cool.
It's back.
It'll warm up.
Better than ever.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, we just disappear. You know what would be great is if when it disappeared, though, at the very least, it kept up the background and we just disappeared for a second. Like, why does it kill everything?
I don't know, because it's a piece of shit.
Oh, it's because of the green goes away, too. That's a pain in it.
Man, too
Yeah.
bad you can't have both.
We could just, like, hurry up and switch scenes every time it goes away.
I mean, well, I guess. To what?
I don't...
To the intro screen, to
Listen, Chuck,
where there's just a black
I don't
box
have a
on the
backup.
bottom. Then?
I don't have a backup plan for this yet. Okay, this is new. There's always something. I was like, you know what? This time it's actually like,
it's actually gonna work
We're
this
gonna be totally fine.
You know what's funny? You know when it worked the best and we had the least amount of problems? When I did it myself.
Oh, really? It was super uncomplicated.
It was.
Now we got all these.
Except
scenes
I had my
again,
camera. I had your camera.
Oh, yeah.
That's now mine.
But yeah, you had a different camera and stuff like that.
You're right. I did.
Which, by the way, don't forget to check out the Geeks Dresses Gamers on Twitch. Chuck's on there every once in a blue moon.
I've never been on there.
He's gonna be on. I'm on
we
there.
always talk about it.
I think I was on there for like 5 minutes. I'm gonna try to get on there more often.
That's
but
because you tried to do ARC, you insane son of a bitch. That thing's not even optimized to play, let alone to play and stream.
What are you talking about? ARC?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I tried to stream ARC. That was pretty retarded.
That was dumb. I'm just saying.
Our buddy Mitchell, he plays on there.
Oh,
though.
I thought the camera died again.
He's tapping 122. But if you go to our channel, you can watch him. Whenever he's streaming, as long as we're not streaming, you can see his videos on our channel.
Is it priority based?
Yeah, it is.
So what? You're number one.
No.
Then me, and then Ted. Is Ted even on the list?
I don't think Ted is on the list. Why would he be on? I told you I'm gonna remove him from our intro. I don't even know what the heck. He was like, "Yes, I want to do this podcast," and he was there for like the first show, and then we never saw him again.
He's more of a producer. No, he's not a producer.
He's done no production.
He's more of a. He's a guy that may watch it every now and again.
I think he's like a cameo.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
It's like a random cameo.
He's our local celebrity.
If nobody knows what we're talking about, originally, if you did watch
episode 3, I think he was in that one.
Yeah,
I think he was in 3 and 4.
You'll see Ted Dornan pop up on there. Yeah.
Me and him yelled about Tesla.
Well, you guys knew too much about Tesla.
I didn't know anything. I just said I wasn't impressed with a self-stopping car because that already existed.
Dude, I'm so happy about this, by the way. See that earpiece?
See, you were like, oh, so nobody's ever going to notice that I have this. I'm so happy about it.
Look at it.
No, I bring attention to it. Now everyone's going to see it.
I look like a friggin', like an agent. Like Agent Zopelt.
You don't. Notice how he also decided, even though we screened with a green screen, he decided to wear a green shirt, so he's kind of translucent.
Listen, this shirt was not that... Who would ever think that this shirt would be green enough for it to actually get picked up by a green screen?
Leave a message in the comment what color you think that shirt is.
I understand.
If you say anything that's not green...
It's forest green.
Then you're blind, and... there you go.
It's forest green. I just didn't think it was enough to actually cause any kind... Dude, this screen here barely gets picked up. It's perfect green. It's perfect chroma green. It's like whatever the actual green is in hex. I can't remember what the hell it is. Like 00255. So it is perfect freaking green, okay? And yeah, it freaking glitches. So you're going to tell me that my shirt that's like barely any green...
Glitches because of your shitty green shirt.
Don't be... I like this shirt, okay? It's old and I like it.
You know, there's sometimes where old stuff's old for a reason. That's why they don't make them anymore.
All right. You done being a dick or you want to move on?
Not at all. No matter what we talk about, I'm going to be a dick about it.
I know. There's people alive in the house right now.
Carl's awake. We woke him up.
We also have a celebrity guest here every once in a while. His name is Carl.
He's not going to show up. He'll probably yell something at us.
So let's see. Do we want to talk about some games, or what do you want to talk about?
That's up to you. We can talk about how I don't like Alfredo sauce anymore. If you want to talk about that,
no.
We can talk about how that every time we go out for dinner before the show, that you decide that you should get something else and then don't do it.
I have this problem. We go to this place called Coney Island. Every single time I go there, they have this really good sandwich, but I want to try all these other things. Like I want to get a burger. I want to try do I want to say gyro or do I want to say gyro?
I don't know.
I don't know what I want to say.
You had that conversation with the lady, and then apparently, according to you didn't order it, but I think you did.
We have people on our thing. All the people that watch are from Pennsylvania, so I guess I'll call it a gyro, but it's a gyro or whatever the hell you want to say it. But anyways, I always want to try it. Every time we go there, no, I order the sandwich.
Looks like we get more comments that you're ignoring.
Huh? No, we get it. It's people joining, dude.
I don't know. I just see pictures.
My cousin Matt joined and Randy Harris joined.
Randy Harris?
Hey, Randy. Huh? The devil. What? The devil's everywhere.
Good to have you, Randy.
You know what that's from?
It sounds like a South Park thing.
It is definitely not a South Park thing.
No, I don't know.
I think it is that White Castle. What's that movie? Something and something go to White Castle.
Yeah, you're right. That is the Harold and Kumar go to White Castle.
Yeah, there it is.
That's the guy that heard everything you said.
He's the one
who was singing that.
He was real creepy looking.
Yeah.
So.
And then he wanted to get in a threesome while they banged his wife. Or foursome.
Well, now
do people see that picture of us there?
Now we're gonna go. No, they don't.
Okay.
Now we're going Peggy 18. Thanks to that comment. Good job. Peggy 18. Now I'm gonna have to play that before. We gotta go post processing. All right, so let's. You want to talk about Zelda? You okay with me switching up to Zelda?
Let's talk about Zelda.
All right, I'm gonna go switch
played it
over.
yet.
See this?
Get it? He's gonna switch
this
over.
Is new. This is new. You see it? See it? This is our new little
this
screen.
is
This is
so
to
we
hopefully
get-
keep us from
yeah,
copyright.
so we don't
law.
get a copyright strike and get taken off of YouTube because that happened. I talked about this 4 weeks ago, a month ago, something like that.
Just look at this game. Just look at it. So, anyways, that's actually visually, it's whatever. But this is the new Zelda Breath of the Wild, which came out on the Nintendo Switch and the Wii U. And I actually I got it on the Wii U. Huh?
On Friday.
Yeah, on Friday. And I've got like, I don't know, seven hours into the game, I'd say. It is really awesome. I'm a big Zelda fan, so I can sometimes be a little.
Oh, he's going to be
biased.
critical about this game.
I'm so critical.
You wait for a month when he plays the whole thing, and he's going to complain about more than just the music.
No. Okay, I have my complaint about the music. And my complaint... What is this little thing? Get out of there. So my complaint about the music is basically that it's just a little bit more mundane than the typical Zelda music, which I really like. You know, everybody knows Zelda music. Everybody knows it. It's really good. It's like epic music, and you don't really get that with this game. This game, it's more just ambience. All of the music is basically ambience, at least so far. Like I said, I've only made it through 7 hours. I just want to preface that in front of everything that I say, because I don't know a lot of the end game stuff. There's new mechanics and stuff. I just found a horse.
Wouldn't you say that's more of a thing of
I would think
newer games, though, is that they're going to have more ambionic music as opposed to theme music?
Why though?
It's just the way things are, man.
Why is that?
It's just the way things are. Why is COD the most popular shooter? Nobody knows. It just is. That's the way things are.
That's because the general population is stupid. I'm just saying. I'm pretty sure. I'm just. I mean, I know that's a baseless speculation, but
triggered.
Anyways, the game is it's super fun. It's totally different than most Zelda games. It's open world, which if you've ever played games like Skyrim or Far Cry, it's kind of a little bit closer to that. Now, it obviously doesn't visually look like those games, but it definitely takes into that. Now, you have broken weapons, you can have broken shields, but you get like different ones, better ones, upgraded ones. That's not for everybody. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of
he complained about
broken items. I'm not a huge fan of broken items. Once again, I still say that I love this game.
It just adds something into the game.
The open world, it's not as linear as a typical Zelda, but the story is fantastic. The voice acting and everything is really fun. Like in previous Zelda games, there was no voice acting other than Navi saying like "Hey" and "Listen."
Yeah,
there's
other
really
than the thing you wanted to annihilate every time it said something.
Yeah, there's never really a whole lot of voice acting, but this one actually has some pretty good voice acting, and I like it.
See, it's not anime.
There's cinema. I said it looked more anime. This game definitely looks more anime than previous Zelda games.
It's from Japan.
I mean, the cutscenes and stuff are definitely way more anime. So, anyways, it's
Look at that
a great
bird
game.
dude. He's now my new favorite Zelda character.
It's hard though too. If anybody's ever played Zelda, like I could also be getting worse at video games just because I'm getting older. But
You're pretty bad.
I used to not have too much of an issue playing Zelda games, but this game is just it's tough. Like I said, I fought a mini boss. This mini boss is like a big rock guy, and you got to try to get behind him, and then climb up the back of him and start destroying this like gemstone on the back of his hip. And I'm not even joking. I died like 15 times, and I was like, all right, screw it. The nice thing about this game, though, I literally just walked around him instead of like going towards him to aggro him.
See, I think it's good. I think it's good that Nintendo's upping the difficulty level. To me, that makes me more intrigued on how Mario is going to be. If they make Mario hard, that'll be the game.
I think Mario is going to be a great game regardless.
Oh, it is. But I'm just saying, if they
Well,
up that
we got
difficulty
almost a year
level,
for that.
if they up that difficulty level up.
See, I don't measure a game by its difficulty.
I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying it's like the cyclic style. How like originally when they made video games, because they didn't have much as in size to work with, they made them hard, so you had to keep playing them, right?
Yeah, well.
So now after the size limitation went away, everyone's like, games are easy. I can just beat it in 8 hours. That's too quick, right? So now they're cranking up the difficulty level, then getting you that extra mile out of there, and it adds just a little bit of prestige to yourself.
I do. I like a little bit more difficulty, but at the same time, I don't like frustration.
I understand.
And
I understand.
Like I said, 15 times. Like I played Chronos. If anybody played Chronos was a VR game, and it was a lot like. Huh?
Nobody's played that.
There's people. Okay,
Probably.
and it's a lot like
If you had to use
Dark Souls.
percentage of VR users that have played Chronos, what would you say?
well, Oculus one's probably at least 75%.
75% of Oculus, so that would be roughly
Like 30%.
20% of all VR users, which is roughly 2% of all video game players.
I bet there's at least. Oh no, there's not one person here. Okay, not one person watching this has actually played that, but that's okay. Anyways,
that you know of.
the game is really fun. I'm hoping to talk a little bit more about it the further I get into it. But I've probably got hundreds of hours before I finish this game.
Looks good. I'm interested in it.
The Switch looks like it's going to be even better to play with it. I mean, obviously, since you get to play it mobily, and it actually improves the graphics. But, I mean, technically, if you're playing a Zelda game looking for incredible visuals, like, graphically, then you're not going to be too happy with Zelda. I mean, there's people complaining about shadows and how that you could see the pixel, little edginess and stuff. I literally can give a crap. I don't even notice it.
Again,
unless I specifically look for it, I don't notice.
We were talking about this earlier today.
Yeah, and you made a good point about that.
You notice graphics for maybe the first 15 minutes of a game. After that, you don't even see them anymore. It's about the game. A game that looks good does not make a good game. That's the pure and simple point. Just because it looks good doesn't mean it is good.
But it is really cool to see. I know.
Look at Ark. Ark looks great. It runs like shit. It's a big pile of douche.
Well, I'd say Battlefield 1. Battlefield 1 is probably one of the best looking games I've seen. But I don't really get into the game, so there you go. I mean, to me, that's the player base because they're all idiots. Luke yelled, "How dare you!" And he has
about what? About the graphics?
He said, "How dare you!" And there's no reference to what he dares me.
You know, it's on a delay, Luke. You really got to clue us into what you're talking about before you.
Maybe you're saying, "How dare you be mean to me?" I think.
I don't think he said that at all.
He was.
I don't think he has.
Luke's a nice guy.
A, he doesn't have. I know he doesn't have.
I don't know
an
what
Oculus or a Rift. And B, he doesn't have a PlayStation VR.
I don't know what happened to that family, Dave, but he's the only nice one.
Unless he's really into graphics, maybe he looks at graphics more than 15 minutes into the game. Or we did bash on Battlefield 1.
He made that a little bit ago, but all right.
What were we talking about then? He's an idiot. Ignore him.
Do we want to talk about your game?
I mean, it's not my game. It's a good game.
Okay, well, you want to get this.
So, I don't want to get it. I have it.
This is Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands.
Yeah, the Wildlands. It's the Wildlands. Spelled WILDLANDS. The Windlands. No, this game.
I'm not that familiar.
You should probably turn that ad off.
I
don't think anybody cares about that.
They care.
But so
Peggy 18.
What this game is it's a third-person shooter set in the Tom Clancy universe. And
I have to say, gameplay?
It looks like gameplay. It could be gameplay.
It's not gameplay.
It's not. It's an FMV or whatever they call it.
Full motion video.
Yeah, look at them. Those are real people.
Is this the original PlayStation?
Yeah. See that? That's the guy that played Chris Redfield in the original one. No, anyway. So, it's a third-person shooter. If you like the play style, I'm not saying the game itself, but the play style of The Division would about be the closest thing to this that I can think of. And but it's not The Division. It's like not as RPG-ish. It's not loot grindy. When you do go around and find new guns, but you don't find it's not like, ooh, I got a purple AUG instead of a blue AUG. No, it's just you find the AUG, you mod it the way you want it. The AUG's great in that game, by the way.
Is it the old?
It's the AUG A2.
Mother,
I think it is the newer style. Well, the one that doesn't have the poly scope onto it already.
I like the old one, dude. I think that's actually the A2 is the old. I think that the A2 is the one with that built-in scope, whereas the A3 is the new one with the rail that you can put a scope on.
Okay, then it's the one without the built-in scope. And apparently, whatever the old one is, also has an extended barrel.
Dude, I priced them both out, and it's actually It's almost twice as expensive to get the older one with the built-in scope than it is to get the new one. The new one is $2,500. The old one is $5,000.
I would buy
the old one. The old one actually has that thing though that you can you turn it like this and you push it. I better get in the camera. So you turn it from the bottom and you push it out.
You can change the foregrip instead of vertical.
You can change all
your mic fucked up.
Oops. You can change all these different options on it.
I can't hear. You ruined it.
What can't you hear?
Nothing. Doesn't matter. Anyway, irregardless. You can get different guns. No, it's just screwing up the sound.
Yeah.
You can get different guns and stuff like that, but it doesn't. It's not like a loot grindy thing. It's not like a standard RPG thing. It's just now you have this gun, mod it the way you want it. If you don't want to use it, you don't have to use it. Doesn't mean it's better. It doesn't mean it's worse. You just pick the gun to your playstyle. Shooting people in the head, it's awesome. It's only a co-op game. It's going to come out with PvP. I guess they said in a future edition they're going to add PvP into it. I probably won't play PvP.
Why?
I don't know.
It's like part of the best part of games, PvP.
I like PvP in first-person shooters.
Dude, Nick will kill you right now if he hears you say that.
That's fine. I don't care.
He doesn't. Nick will play a total.
You know,
PvE
when
game,
I got Doom 2016, I didn't pick that up to play online. I picked it up for that campaign because that campaign
Doom?
is badass. Yeah,
I never played it.
Well, you saw me play it.
Oh yes, I did. It did look really cool.
It's awesome. It's an awesome game, but I wouldn't play that online. It's not a game that I would want to play online.
Oh, he said, "How dare you, Call of Duty?" So his "How dare you" was for Call of Duty. Apparently, he supports Call of Duty, and
That's fine.
He thinks you're a big D-bag.
That's fine. That's because he's garbage at Siege.
Oh,
Yeah, I called you out.
I can't.
How many times did you get us interrogated by
don't feel bad,
Caldera, Luke? You jerk.
Luke, don't feel bad. I'm the worst Siege player that so far there is.
You know what? The last
except for one good shot.
Last week when we played with Luke, it was the best because all you hear is him go, "Uh-oh," and then me and Ted knew that he was being interrogated by Caldera because that's all. That's all that happens to him. And Ted got pissed off, and I just started laughing. But
we're gonna have to.
But yeah, Ghost Recon. It's a huge open world. Add some vehicle elements into it. You can drive around. You can play solo or co-op. So far, I've been playing solo. It works out well with called shots and things like that. It's pretty cool to look at. I'd suggest watching a trailer as opposed to me explaining it because it would take forever.
Yeah, you can watch a trailer. We just showed you it 3 times.
Okay,
watch
watch somebody play it then. I don't know what to tell you.
He won't let me show anybody that's actually playing.
That's because I don't think you should steal that.
We're gonna get killed or something.
I didn't say that. I just said you shouldn't steal people's stuff.
Thanks.
If somebody was talking, if somebody was talking and they just had us up in the background. That'd be pretty cool. Actually, people would probably watch us.
I just wanted to show other people playing a video. It just shows gameplay.
I'm just saying, dude. If you get an official trailer from Ubisoft that's gameplay trailer, do that. But it was literally a dude holding his Switch playing Legend of Zelda.
No, you never saw that.
I did see that.
It was for like a second.
Yeah, sure.
It doesn't count.
Yep.
You can't tell him by his hands.
And yeah, that little red banner that popped up at the top of YouTube, that only lasted for a second to 5 minutes, depending on who you talk to.
So what's this River City Ransom?
River City Ransom.
He claims this was a game for the Nintendo, the NES.
But apparently I'm the only one that's played, so everyone else is terrible. If you've never played this game, then I don't know what happened to your childhood, but you should play River City Ransom.
I mean... So
everybody probably knows those guys, because... they were in a bunch of games back then. But they did a remake of River City Ransom, came out on Steam 2 weeks ago. And it's up to 4-player co-op, local or online.
What the funk is that?
The funk is what?
This square... Oh.
That's not a square. That's the background.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Something looks weird about that.
Okay, let's talk about River City Ransom instead of the square in the corner.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
So yeah, you can play 4 players. It's like a beat 'em up / kind of RPG style. The last time somebody did this, I would say that probably worked out the best was that Scott Pilgrim game that came out around the movie, which to me was pretty good. I guess some people hated it, but I thought it was decent. At least the demo I played.
I mean, I always liked what was the one called for the Nintendo? The real popular one. It's like something Brothers or something. It had the 2 guys. Double Dragon. Double Dragon was
It's kind of like that, except Double Dragon was more just straight beat 'em up. It didn't have an RPG, like a small RPG element. Like
oh, this has leveling or something.
It does, but it's not. It's not to the degree of like any other main RPG. All it does is your stats go up a little bit, and then you can get books. Like when you beat somebody, they drop money, so you can get books that add special moves.
Oh, by the way, he said Hearn being fused makes me bad at Siege. And then he said barf. Mm-hmm.
Well, that's when people die in the original River City Ransom. They would say barf, and then coins would spew up out of them. Mega 64 did a thing on it. It was pretty funny.
Whoa! There was nudity.
They were in the sauna. It was just their butts. It's okay. It's pixelated.
TVMA.
It's for everything. If you have a Mac, you can play it. But it's a fun game. It's really hard to play by yourself. So if anybody wants to play, ask me and I'll play with you because it's fun. But I recommend it. This is a pretty good co-op game. The original one.
We are going to do a gameplay video sometime of us playing a bunch of stuff together. Yeah.
I mean, we could do that
it
right
will
now.
Happen. Not right now.
Okay.
We don't have to, it would take forever to set that up.
It would not take forever.
It would take all
It
the
would
time in
literally.
the world.
You'd have to check. Oh no, you deleted it because you're an idiot instead of just unchecking it.
What are you talking about? The camera?
No, the desktop display that you deleted instead of just unchecking it like I told you to do.
I'm not.
I know everything's too hard for Bobby's own pound.
No, it's too easy.
Oh, is that what? Oh yeah, it's
I
too
just like
easy
to-
for
I-
me the next time. Idiot.
All right. Let's see. Do we want to talk about Horizon Zero Dawn? Look at this. Look at
Yeah.
this, people. Look, and it's just teen. This is rated teen for everybody.
Yep. So
They might as well do
I
that
saw
now.
people play this game, and it looks pretty awesome. It's like if you took Far Cry Primal, kinda, and put robotic dinosaurs that you have to shoot with a bow and arrow.
Oh yeah, this is that one.
Oh, it's that one.
I forgot
now
about
he
it for
knows.
a second. They
Now he
have,
knows.
dude. They have a commercial for this every freaking 12 minutes on.
I don't watch
TV.
TV. I don't watch
Yeah,
TV.
yeah.
I don't know.
Don't matter.
I don't watch TV.
Okay, well, good.
I watch the internet.
You watch the internet.
Yeah.
You watch ones and zeros fly by.
Exactly. I'm in the Matrix. That's why I get so good at video games sometimes, is I see the Matrix. But no, it's like a post-apocalyptic. It's not really. I guess I wouldn't say it's an apocalypse. It's just like a postmodern era, I guess you should say.
I mean, it.
Humanity digressed. But it looks pretty good. I like it. The way it looks, at least. And from gameplay, it looks like it's a good, solid game. Apparently, it's doing awesome review-wise, if you're into the review-wise. But yeah, you can... you're that chick. There's some crafting elements, some survival elements.
You're
I haven't
that
watched
chick?
that much.
Jesus.
Look at that, you ruined it.
This guy.
It restarted.
Did it? Really? Holy crap.
But,
Somebody tell this guy to stop slapping the table.
Did I slap the
I
table?
was trying to make things easy on us by putting this over here so everybody could see it, and then you're like, oh, I'm Chuck. I got a freaking
Me Chuck, me Hammer Fist.
yeah. You had to,
Whatever.
You had to do things. All right.
Anyway,
Hopefully we won't miss all of Luke's
It's a-
comments, dude. No, we're gonna miss them all.
doesn't matter.
Uh-huh.
He'll keep talking. It looks good. From what I heard, it's a really good game. So I think that's my next buy. Is only because I already have a PS4 and I don't have a Switch. So I'll get that next instead of Zelda. I think that's my next go.
What, Horizons?
Horizon Zero Dawn. I think
You might
that's
as
gonna be
well.
my
I
next
mean,
game.
this way out, I could talk about Zelda and you could talk about Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah, don't count for it anytime soon because I mean I just got
Well,
Wildlands, so
we can get.
I gotta play
We
that.
could try to get Ted to
Ted's
talk about
not
it.
gonna do
You
shit.
can-
Ted doesn't have a PlayStation either.
Yeah, he does.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he has a PS4.
No, he doesn't.
Dude, I'm telling you, he has one.
I'm telling you, he does not have.
sure?
one. Yeah. Because I was, I'd get Final Fantasy 15, but I don't have a PlayStation 4.
Oh, okay, maybe he sold it then.
Probably
swear to
he
God,
sells
he had
everything. He buys everything and then sells it at a loss. He's really good with money.
What?
Speaking of Ted, by the way.
That's my Ted face, by the way. Speaking of Ted,
Well, first off,
were
Luke
speaking
could
of
probably
him.
tell you about Ted, how angry he got when Luke got interrogated by Calvera. That was pretty funny. Luke could also tell you. Luke can tell you guys a good story about the time that I made Ted rage quit in Left 4 Dead.
rage quit.
It was the greatest thing ever. He was being a dick,
In
right?
L4D?
We were about to Left 4 Dead 2. We were about to go into the
L4D
safe
2.
room, and he's like, "I'm going to be a funny guy." So he hits a car alarm and summons a horde. So he got trapped in a corner. So I went over to help him, and by help him, I unloaded a machine gun into him until he fell on the ground. And then after I killed all the zombies, I continued to unload the machine gun into him until he died. And then I didn't res him. And then me and Luke took all the med kits and closed the door.
What the hell?
And then he quit playing.
guys are dicks.
Me and Luke thought it was funny.
You
We
wanted
laughed
this-
a lot.
Geeks dress as gamers who make fun of Ted. Is that what we're going to change our?
Might as well.
You guys are dicks.
I mean, it's
Come
not
on.
like, I mean, if anybody watched the one where I was playing Astroneer, I made fun of you.
Oh, did you? What the hell?
Yeah.
Why would you?
That's why
Yeah,
you were
I
like,
know.
oh,
I
it
was
seems
thinking.
like you did a pretty good job. I was like, you didn't watch it, did you?
I watch portions. I watch portions. Okay.
I think the first 15 minutes I made fun of you.
That's
Called
right.
you gay.
I get it. I get it. It is what it is.
Not that there's anything wrong with being gay.
Not that there's anything wrong with it. Oh,
But yeah,
look-
speaking of Ted, I think he needs.
I completely forgot about this.
Yeah, I think he needs this. And first off, if you guys
let's say
don't know
where
about
this
the
came
Useless
from.
Duck company, you should look into it because it's pretty funny stuff.
Useless Duck Company is they publish videos on YouTube and they're absolutely hilarious. And this is kind of a piece of one of them. They basically said that they made a machine that you can hit a button on your phone and it's like a robot that will feed your baby.
And that's that's what they do is they make machines that do certain things.
So,
and here's the feed the baby machine.
This is
which I'm not saying parents should get, but they might want to think about it sometimes, especially with newborns. And then there you go, baby fed.
Oh, dude, I love that so much. You gotta watch it more time. This is like I didn't see Useless Duck Company when I first watched the video because they only had a portion of it. It was actually a GIF, an anime GIF, and it just showed. I was like, "What the heck? Oh, that's kind of cool." And then I saw that.
Literally, the first time he showed it
it.
to me, the first thing out of my mouth was, "Is that from the Useless Duck Company?"
So yeah, that.
If you're into Rick and Morty, look at their Meeseeks box because it's hilarious. I was laughing so hard whenever I saw that one.
Oh, I think I watched that, but I don't remember what it was about.
It's a Mr. Meeseeks box. You should look it up. I'm not going to explain it because it'll ruin it. And you shouldn't look it up because that's going to take up too much time and we can't talk about other things.
I'm not going to look at that.
Good.
Do we want to talk about the elephant in the room?
Ted not being here?
Yes.
If you guys haven't noticed, Ted's not here. So we're deciding on whether or not we'll put a straw poll up. Should we remove Ted's name from the title?
It's your vote.
It's up to our audience. So it's up to our vocal audience. So Luke, you decide. And
We have no, it's just Luke. Our vocal audience.
So our vocal audience can decide. And then another thing is, should we take live on Mixlr out of the intro? Because we don't do that anymore.
We never did it in the first place.
We did. Didn't we do it the first time?
No, we never did it one time.
I thought we did.
No, I never set Mixlr up.
Okay,
here's the thing.
So should we take that?
No, should we take it out or should we actually... Would anybody actually care to listen to the show instead of watching the show? That's basically what it is.
I thought Mixlr did the video portion too.
No. Mixlr is solely for podcasting.
Oh, nice.
So if somebody... If Luke, I don't know, somebody wants to, like... Basically,
straw poll
if we add Mixlr
for our vocal audience, should we put it on Mixlr?
I'm thinking. I guess it really wouldn't be that big of a deal. The only reason why I didn't do it is because we ran into a bandwidth issue that one time doing it. With,
we ran into a hardware issue.
Was it a hardware issue?
Yeah, because that was on your old laptop, which we've since changed over to my laptop. So maybe in a year or two, we might have to rethink the option again and get another laptop. But I think for right now, we could do it.
I'm thinking we could just we could start.
If
doing
anybody
that next
cares,
week,
if nobody cares, then we don't need to do it.
Well, depending on how people answer, if we get no answers or people say yes, we can add that next week. So if people want to start listening in their car instead of watching it live, I mean, it doesn't matter. We don't really care if you watch it live here, if you watch it later on. I mean, we're not making any money off of this. So generally, we would just
tell your friends
if people
so that we can make money off of it. We'd like to quit our jobs and just do this every 2 weeks.
That would be freaking great because
it's never going to happen.
No,
never.
Well, you never know.
I mean, I don't think we're PewDiePie material. I don't think we can pull that off.
I don't want to be PewDiePie material.
I don't either. But I mean, if he could do it, why can't we? Every 2 weeks, make over $1 million a year.
Because that's just not. That's not.
I mean, not with that attitude, it isn't.
It's all right.
This is why Luke's our community
I don't
manager.
have to worry about it eventually because my wife is going to get rich off of LuLaRoe. So.
Yeah, that's true. You can just quit your job. Your wife makes more money than you already. Just quit your job.
We don't know that for sure yet. Okay.
We know that. She makes more money doing LuLaRoe, her one job, than you do right now.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to plug her. You can find her Facebook /
I don't think you should.
LuLaRoe. Jess Z. Yeah, I just did it.
All right.
It's done.
I think we should get commissions off of any sales that she makes off of this podcast.
Well, obviously.
Okay.
How do you think I'm gonna
I expect a paycheck from you in 2 weeks.
We'll see.
Of an amount of money.
She probably won't make any between then and now.
Don't tell the government, because I'm not going to claim it on my taxes. Because I'm not getting anything.
I'm not claiming any of these earnings on my taxes. So.
Well, good, because we're in the negative.
Dude,
I'm in the negative.
You know what?
I mean, you could be. You bought those light bulbs.
I'm pretty far in the negative. I'm not going to lie to you. Dude,
yeah, but that doesn't carry over. You bought most of that stuff for your old business. This is your new business. It doesn't work that way.
Okay.
You can't write it off. You can only write it off once.
Dude, I told you.
You can write off those light bulbs.
I told you not to bring up my old business.
Nobody knows what it is. I'm sure he's found out by now.
My old business. There's never an old business.
Your old business partner? I'm sure he's
no,
found out.
I used to do a podcast prior to this. I wanted to do something that was more like geeks and gaming and stuff like that.
That's mean.
What
But
do you,
fun.
how does that mean?
I said it because it's more fun. This one's more fun.
This is what it is.
I think it's fun. I like making fun of you. If you like me making fun of you, then maybe it's fun for you too.
Meh.
We can just make fun of Ted together.
I do enjoy that. I do enjoy making fun of Ted. I mean, but it's a little bit easy. So it's like
It's low hanging fruit.
It's like playing the original Mario Brothers. It's like super easy.
I mean, it could be.
Okay.
I haven't played that in years. I couldn't say if it's easy or not.
Do we want to touch the other elephant in the room, though? The net.
That's up to you.
net stuff.
You're the one that wanted to talk about it.
I'm a little bit worried about bringing up this topic because I don't want. I
mean,
don't
it's
want
a polarizing topic.
I don't want to bring
If
it.
you want to
I like
scare off,
polarizing.
I mean, we have a new
scare anybody off.
We have a new viewer today. You want to scare him off already?
He might be like, your dick, and
These
then
guys are
he
idiots.
likes this guy or something like that.
Everybody
Whatever.
likes me.
We could disagree on it. That way, we know for sure we'll hit 100% of the people.
You talking about me and you, or you and that guy?
No, me and you.
Oh, I mean, I think we already kind of disagree on it.
So we do. All right, there you go.
Well, I mean, because you're
Should we tell them what we're?
you're
talking about?
anti-government, pro-business, and I'm
That
pro,
has nothing
and I'm
to-
anti-business and about the government. So
We're talking about net neutrality. And he started already.
first off, I want to preface, whatever you want to say,
Preface?
it, that we know very little about this. We are very
I know more than he does.
ill-informed. Well, he thinks he does.
I do.
He might. I don't know. I didn't look it up. I don't care.
It's net neutrality. It's that you can look it up, but there's a whole lot that
Explain
goes
to
into
him.
it. There are
There's-
so many
there's
different
a
things
lot.
that go into it.
There's a lot.
Basically, it was created so that ISPs and stuff could not
It's
create
really created,
channels.
isn't it just an ideology that exists?
No, it's not an ideology. It was a bill that was passed.
I didn't think it got passed. I thought it was just in
No,
there.
it was. Yeah, dude. That's that. Why do you think?
Just
Well,
in there.
okay, DirecTV.
No,
like
it-
what AT&T and DirecTV are doing, they're getting hit because of the idea that they're basically allowing their users free, like as long as they stream their own videos from DirecTV, it doesn't cut into their bandwidth. But other companies cannot do that, so that violates that violates net neutrality. So you might as well have to look into it. We really shouldn't
I
talk
don't know.
about this on here.
I think it's too broad of a topic because
It's
it
a
covers a lot
super
of
broad
things.
topic.
I mean, Cliff Notes wise, it's pretty much
Really, I
what
just
net neutrality is the internet should be neutral.
I
Nobody
just-
should control it any way, shape, or form. Comcast was the first one that tried to do it when they were doing the throttling. That was a big thing. That's what started most of it.
and now they all throttle.
now everybody throttles. It's
And
just-
throttling is not even a part of net neutrality. So-
That's well, technically it is because data should be just treated
No,
as data.
they're not-
It shouldn't be it shouldn't streaming data should not be prioritized over downloading data, anything like that. Nothing. It's data is data.
What?
That's what it should be. Data is data. Everything on the internet is neutral. Nobody controls where you can go or how you get there. You're just paying for the door. Is all you should pay for.
No, I refuse to pay for a door.
Well, I mean,
I have
if
all
you
the
don't pay
doors.
for the door, then you can't get there.
I
It's
need
like
the door.
it's like power. I mean, you got to pay. You got to pay to get it. You got to
Well-
pay for the door. I mean, you got to pay for the power too, but you still gotta
Mainly,
pay for
I
the
wanted to
door.
bring up net neutrality because I just wanted to say that I was against it. That way, I get everybody all fired.
Yeah, he's against it because he is anti-government.
I just wanted to see everything. What are you talking? I was in the Air Force, for God's sakes, and I work for the
You
government.
literally told me today that everything the government does, it screws up. That sounds pretty anti-government.
For the most
I'm
part.
not saying anti-government anarchy. Ah! I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that you're not pro big government, which is fine.
Yeah, no,
that's
no.
fine. That's a fair point. You know, the government shouldn't control everything. That's fine. It's cool.
What if they controlled our
See,
show?
I'm just saying that
They were like, well, you guys can't.
net neutrality isn't really a yes or no kind of deal. You can't be anti-government side and say you're against net neutrality because for your reason, which is so the government can't control the internet, which is a fair point. I don't want the government to control the internet. But also, if you're anti-net neutrality, now the companies control the internet. I don't want the companies to control the internet either. Fuck them.
Yeah, you always say that it's the companies, but what I'm saying is I'm calling it the free market. I want the free market to be able to control.
That, I mean, that's a fair point. But
the idea
what
is
also
that, yes,
the ISPs are trying to do is...
A company can come in and be like, well, okay, well, then we're going to make this rule that says that you can no longer go to this website that you really like unless you pay more. But the whole idea is then you could go, well, they can pretty much. Well, it's a free market. I'll go somewhere else.
That's true, but I mean, you can also get to the point where you're stuck with the Armstrong cable of internets, where you can't get shit.
But look, see, with net neutrality going away, now AT&T can come in here and say, well, listen, we can give people
technically they can do that right
LTE.
Now without net.
No, they
with
can't.
net. You're saying that AT&T can't come in right now and be like, hey, you guys want internet?
No, they
You're
cannot.
saying they cannot operate?
No, because
you're saying that we are being
AT&T
strong-armed by Armstrong, and that's fine?
No, they cannot because they are a cellular company. They are not allowed to provide ISP level.
So how does Verizon do it?
Verizon does it because they're fiber optic. They get away with it. I understand they get away with it on a different level. That's why Verizon and even Google is getting away with it. Like Google fought for net neutrality because it would keep AT&T out, but Google would still be able to get their internet in.
Well, Google
there's
also...
There's a lot of weird loopholes in it.
Google also would be pro-net neutrality because since... Well, now that they're being an ISP, it's different. But before, when they weren't an ISP, what could possibly happen under net neutrality is, say, Comcast, right? If Comcast didn't host Google's servers, then they could charge people that have Comcast a premium to go to Google's servers as opposed to stuff that's already on the Comcast network. Because that's another thing. That's another facet of it. That's why I'm saying you can still get shafted by the companies.
Oh, yeah, I get it.
That's obviously what I mean.
But what I'm relying on is that... Okay,
there goes the camera again. It knows we're talking about net neutrality, and we should stop. The internet's screwing us. The CIA's here. They found us.
What I was saying is that I'm just hoping that the free market would be able to solve it. Oh, no, that's not
the
good.
free market's... I mean, the free market, yes, in
I think it's a cable, dude.
It probably is. The free market, though, in theory, is the best way to do it. But this is also capitalist America, where the companies are out to get as much money as they can, because that's what people do,
Obviously.
right? So it's... You can still start, then you're getting strong-armed by the companies.
Yeah, I got you.
So...
believe me, I see the good fight for both.
Yeah.
But people are really like...
Oh,
if
there
you
are
say
people
that
very
you're against
adamant about it.
net neutrality, they will shoot you in the face.
Well, I mean, you're also...
I might get murdered on the way home.
You better not get on Reddit for the next like three months. Like you're the anti-net neutrality guy. You're all that is wrong with America, according to Tumblr. You better watch out.
Well, Tumblr, that's obviously where all the smart people hang out. So.
Well, I'm just saying, it's the vocal minority, and that's where they're at. Tumblr and Reddit. Have fun. You're in trouble.
We got 6
Are you clap
minutes
syncing?
left.
Is that what you were doing
Yeah,
there?
I am. I'm clap syncing.
We can go over. I don't think anybody cares.
I don't want to go over. I like to keep everything the same. That way, especially when we move to Mixler, Mixler only allows for exactly 1 hour. Unless you pay, and I'm not paying.
Now you're saying when? Did Luke say he wants it on Mixler?
That doesn't. He didn't say he didn't, so that's the equivalent.
We're keeping the option open.
I would just say we might as well. How's it going to hurt to have another avenue for people to what
if you're just messing with you, dude? You have to calm down.
What if you're sitting in a car?
Calm down.
No, I cannot do that.
What if I'm sitting in a car listening to this? I'm not, because I made it. My voice is annoying. I don't want to hear it.
I can't watch myself either. I can't deal with it. I can't listen to myself. The entire
it's
time.
hard enough. It was hard enough me going through my game captures of Siege to try to make like a best cuts section, and me listen to myself because I'm like, damn, I'm annoying. How do people play with me? Some people like it, and it's weird.
Well, I don't have anybody else to play with, so that's that's.
You weren't there for most of it, though, so I mean that's not a valid opinion.
It's valid, okay.
I yell at people, sometimes in a funny way. Sometimes I yell at Luke just to yell at Luke, and he gets upset. And I think I hurt his feelings, but then I remember that I'm his older brother, and I guess that's what I'm supposed to do sometimes.
No, that's not what. So you're the older brother, and I'm the younger brother.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
That's why you flinch when I fake punch you, and I don't when you fake punch me.
That's never happened.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right.
You wait.
What? Am I waiting for you to fake punch me, or am I waiting? Am I waiting for me to fake punch you?
For my no
for
flinch.
you not to flinch?
You're waiting for my no
It
flinch.
hasn't happened yet.
I know.
Okay.
Waiting.
I'm glad we covered that.
Waiting is half the battle. Okay? Real American hero. That's me. Next week, or not next week. Let's see. 2 weeks from now, we'll be doing another show, and hopefully that'll be on Wednesday.
Hopefully. If
Possibly.
somebody shows up.
Possibly we should have Ted. I don't know.
We're not having Ted. Just count him out.
But
Don't
I
even
can
consider him
guarantee
being
you-
here until he's like, hey guys, I'll do the podcast today. And we're like, all right, I guess he can come.
We want to try like a game or something out. Like I wanted to like we actually did this with the card game. Basically, so you have from like here up like basically this is basically this entire screen was the card table, so you could see us throwing the cards, and then there was like a little screen down at the bottom where you could actually see us. So you have both views, and I thought that was kind of cool. And I'd like for us to have some other like game or something that we can play while we're doing the cast. Not
You can play
like
River
a game,
City Ransom.
Not like a.
We don't need
you-
to pay attention. I'm okay if we all die. I died so
I'd
many
like to
times.
do
I
like
played
a
that game for
segment.
15 minutes.
I'd like to do a fun segment. If anybody has an idea that they think that would be fun to watch us do, I don't care if it's, make Chuck eat ridiculously hot food. I mean, I'm all for that kind of thing too. So anybody has any cool idea that they want, I'm just throwing things out there, just random things. You want him to eat something really weird. I mean, anything like that.
I wouldn't
we
say that
definitely
because they're going to
accept
be
it.
like, Chuck, you should eat shit. I'm not going to eat shit. It's
Yeah,
not
you
going to happen. I'm not doing that.
What if we get 3 more viewers?
If they're going to pay me $1,000 a piece, I'll consider it.
But if anybody has any cool ideas, I'm trying to rack my brain for some ideas. I think Chuck might be. I'm not sure.
I think we should do video games that we don't actually care if we're doing good or not, because then we can talk to each other and play the video game. And
I can't do that. I can't concentrate on 2 different things at once.
You don't
with
need
that.
to concentrate on either of them. It's a game that doesn't matter. If we were just playing, what's that, Castle Crashers.
I can't do that. I would not be able to do this and play that at the same
That's
time.
fine. You can do one thing, and then when you're just standing in the corner, I'll be like, Bobby, quit standing in the corner and swing your sword. And then that'll happen.
But seriously, I don't know if anybody has any.
I
cool
can play a
ideas.
game, and we can talk then. I'll just sit there and play Castle Crashers by myself.
We could review stuff, but
I don't think we should do that. I don't want to get into that.
I really don't
that's
either.
That's a
to
bad.
be honest with you.
that's
I
bad.
like that we showed like the trailers and stuff for the games and different things that we may talk about, but I'd rather not get too far into that. I'd really like to have a segment like a 10-minute.
You know, it'd be
segment or
fun.
something
Have you
where
ever
we
played
play some
Dark
games.
Souls?
No.
That's one thing we should do.
What?
We should just have a thing. Of it's just. I mean, I haven't beaten the game, so it'll be even better if we ever get past Blighttown. But we can have you play it and then just record you in the camera in your game and you just playing it, and I bet you it'll be gold.
Why would
It'll
that-
be YouTube gold to see you get so fucking frustrated. Flip out.
I don't know.
It'd be better if Ted did it, but I mean, it's Ted. We're never
Yeah,
gonna
Ted-
get him. Rage quit Ted.
Well, we're only allotted Ted at least maybe twice a year. Is that what his
On the
wife
podcast?
said? Yeah.
He has to make a choice
He's in
between.
agreement.
He has to make a choice between this or Siege, and he's been picking Siege.
All he has to do. This is just an hour long. Actually, it's about.
Yeah, but he's not. Yeah, it's longer than that. How long you been here?
What do you mean?
It's 8:00.
Oh well, yeah, okay, yeah, because we get stuff ready. We usually grab a bite to eat and stuff beforehand.
I mean,
if
we could
anybody ever
skip
wants
the
to hang
eating.
out with us before we do the show, meet us over at Coney Island, right?
Yeah, we'll either be there right after we get off work or an hour and a half later after we get everything set up. It all depends. You'll miss us completely.
Well, just wait there for us.
Yeah, just
We'll be
you
there.
probably have nothing to do. Just hang out at the Coney Island and Slippery Rock. I'm sure everyone lives nearby.
All right, dude. Well, let's say
Most of
goodbye
our
to
viewer
everybody.
base is in Korea. Do you think anybody is going to see us?
Again this time.
Listen,
Okay,
when
not
you're
this time. Not
when
this
you're
time.
on a stationary bike working out, sometimes your dick falls
Here we go.
asleep.
Good. Here we go.
Nobody saw that thing. That was comedy gold.
TVMA.
Okay,
TVMA.
so I pose this question. People in the comments, let me know.
This
Have you ever
is-
been on a
this
stationary
was from
bike?
before.
It was, but you're not going to release that for another year, so nobody's going to see it. So, I got a stationary bike, and I use it. I put the games on my laptop here, hook my controller up to it, hit the stationary bike, and play some video games, right? So I was playing Watch Dogs 2 for like, I don't know, an hour and a half, 2 hours. I got up, and I was like, oh, man, something feels weird around here. You know, I got my feet are tingling, but I think that's because the pedals are too tight, so I cut off circulation in my toes. But I stand up, and I'm like, something's weird. And I go for the costume adjustment. I'm like, it's all asleep. It all fell asleep down there. I was worried. It's a worrisome event when your dick falls, when you cut off the circulation.
I've never had that happen, so I really
It's not really worrisome that, like, oh, I can't feel my dick, but it's more worrisome of, like, I'm going to get pins and needles in my dick, in my balls. Do you want that? I don't want that.
How does our
Luckily, it didn't happen.
How does our TVMA audience feel about that?
Look, if
now
you'd
I'm
rather
going to put an explicit thing on our podcast.
Have me say penis than dick.
Yeah,
that's
you should have
fine.
said that.
All right, so my penis.
So genitalia.
My Johnson.
Your genitalia.
My genitalia. My
That's what I'm gonna. If we have a daughter, I'm gonna name her that.
My cash and prizes.
I don't know why it's something.
Her name's gonna be Jennifer Talia Zopelt. And that's what you're gonna go. Genitalia.
All right,
that'd
everybody.
be funny. I would laugh. I would call your daughter that. Are you?
Bye,
Are we
Bye,
done?
Chuck. Yeah, we're done.
All right. So
bye, Chuck.
My dick fell asleep. It really.
Thanks
did,
everybody for
it's
joining
a worrisome event. I don't
gamers.
recommend anybody that has a penis.
Kill me.
I hope they don't get it. And just if you're like me, you won't get the pins and needles. Everything will be okay. But at the same time, though, you're gonna worry every time it happens. You're gonna be like, I'm gonna get pins and needles right there, and I don't want it. It's a very sensitive area, Bobby.
Bye.
Fade to black. So my. Hurry up and fix that outro, Bobby. Why is that outro not playing?